Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope that your week is going well. I have a SoundTrap activity for you today. We're going to be learning about dynamics. So dynamics in music are the loudness and softness, all the volume changes. I have on this tab right here, if you'll look, hopefully you see this picture right now that says dynamics. And you can see it says dynamics are how loud or quiet music is played. And then it shows you all of these different dynamic settings. On top it says crescendo, and that means getting louder. And then after that, it's fortissimo, which is very loud, and then all of the different settings getting quieter and quieter. Fortissimo, then forte, then mezzo forte, mezzo piano, piano, and pianissimo is the quietest. And then at the bottom it says diminuendo. Normally I would call that decrescendo. This isn't wrong, but in class I usually say decrescendo. And because I want you to hear that word and see that word, I called the SoundTrap project decrescendo. So this page right here, this poster about dynamics, I'm going to include that so that you can reference this as you're doing this assignment. So it will be part of your Google Classroom assignment. So look for that. Now going back to SoundTrap, we have an empty project here, and we need to figure out how to make things louder and quieter. So I'm just going to grab a loop. See this funk groove? Let's hear what this sounds like. Okay. Now the easiest way is to grab this volume knob, turn it up, it gets louder, turn the volume down right here on the track, and it gets quieter. Click, drag up, click, drag down. And obviously, when you are composing music in SoundTrap, if you add more and more and more loops and instruments and elements to your piece of music, it's going to get louder as they add up. And if you break it down to fewer and fewer, it will get quieter naturally. But there are other ways to get more dynamics out of your music. Some of you know that with any clip, here, let me zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. I've seen in some of your projects that some of you know how to use fades, clip fades. So this is a clip, this drum beat. And if you go to the top corner of it, okay, yeah, it's tricky. You got to get right to the top corner and you click and drag. You get a fade in. You can go to the back corner of it and click and drag and you get a fade out. And now it will get louder as it fades in, and then at the end it will get quieter as it fades out. Let's take a listen to that. Oops. Here we go. Coming to the fade out. As I said, some of you are already using fade in, fade out, but it's limiting because what if I want to, look at my mouse here, what if I wanted to fade out and in right in the middle of this clip? It doesn't let you do that. It only lets you fade in the beginning and fade out the end and just adjust how quickly it's fading in and out. That's it. But SoundTrap does have a tool that lets you do anything you want with the volume of anything that you have in here. It could also be something that you played using an instrument, and it's called automation. Automation. Now follow my mouse here. This symbol right here opens up the automation lane. Right now there's nothing in it, but we can add 3 different kinds of automation. And since we are dealing with dynamics today, and dynamics is the loudness and softness, we're going to add a volume envelope. The other 2 envelopes, those are for another lesson. You can play with those if you want to, but for this assignment, we're going to be using volume. And this line going across represents how loud this loop is going to be. So for example, if I click on it a couple places and then I pull this one down, and I pull this one up, and this one down, and this one up, and this one, whoa, okay, and this one down. What we'll hear is the volume going down and up and down. Let's take a listen. All right. Now we can say that when the automation is all the way at the top, that would be fortissimo back here. Right? That's fortissimo. Let me move my face over. And when the automation is drawn all the way to the bottom, well, that would be, well, actually, if it's all the way to the bottom, it will be silence. But if it's close to the bottom, that will be pianissimo. Anytime the lane is going up like this, it's climbing upward and getting louder, that is a crescendo. And anytime it's going down from here down to here, from way up here all the way down to here, we are having a decrescendo or diminuendo, as it's shown in here. All right. If you have the automation staying low for a long time, right? If it's just staying low like this, you can barely hear it. That's pianissimo, and it's staying pianissimo. It's not getting louder, it's not getting softer. It's just going along pianissimo. So for your assignment today for this piece of music, I will ask for just a couple things. You can use whatever loops you want. You can use instruments. It's tough because I know you don't have your keyboards at home with you like you do in class, but you can always use the keys on your Chromebook. You can make whatever music you want for this project. That's up to you. It is going to need to be several sections long, and I'll show you what I mean. So here's that first loop I put in there. It's going to need to have another one, and probably another thing over here. It's going to be at least 3 or 4 sections long. All right, and then you can of course add some extra. You can add, like for the beginning, it doesn't have to be just. I'm going to delete this automation. Yes, delete. You can have drums and bass. I do not hear that bass. It doesn't have to be one thing at a time. It can be anything you want it to be. But it needs to be a few sections because you're going to have some quiet sections, you're going to have some louder sections, and you're going to have some sections that either crescendo or decrescendo. So it will need to be, at least mine is 33 measures long right now. You see right here, it goes up to measure 33. It's going to be at least 33 measures long when you're done. All right. So my office hours will be from 9 to 11 tomorrow. And if you have questions, then you can message me, comment, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And I hope that you have fun and an easy time of it. There will be steps and instructions in Google Classroom to let you know which dynamics I want you to use. And don't forget about this document, which will help you if you forget what any of those mean. All right. Have a great day. I will talk with you very soon, and have fun.